Hey, it's Rafael the Realtor. So let's continue down this path of upsizing. If you're thinking about upsizing your home, definitely watch my video about buying a home because a lot of the same tips still apply and I want you to take those into consideration so it'll help. But basically, most important thing we need to do is sit down with the lender. We need to see how much how much you still owe on your mortgage, if you still owe anything on your mortgage, and how much, and I'll be able to talk about how much we can realistically look at selling your house for. And the lender will be able to sit there with that information and say, okay, if we could sell it for this much and we could net you a certain amount of money, this is how much your down payment is going to be. And that's going to be key if you're trying to upsize into something bigger. So we get the lender there, the lender takes care of that. They explain to you the things that you need to do to get ready in order to transfer over into a new mortgage, what you're gonna have to do as far as filling out paperwork and moving on. And then after that, I usually like to talk to you about your goals. What are your goals with the house? Some people, they upsize at when they're kids in a senior in high school. Let's say you have one child and they're a senior in high school let's say you have 3 kids, they're triplets, and they're not seniors, they're sophomores in high school. So if this child is a sophomore in high school and you upsize into, let's say you wanted to get a 7-bedroom home that's really big with a pool and a game room and all of that stuff, realistically, after that kid graduates, if they go on to college and from there go on to grad school, you're gonna have this huge house set up that you bought that 3 years from now isn't going to be getting used that much. So looking into what your goals are in upsizing, how long you're willing to deal with that home post upsizing, because some people, once their kids move on and go to college, they're like, I'm done. I've always wanted to move to Alabama. I'm moving to Alabama. And so you need to also think in the long term. And I prefer my clients to do that because it makes it easier for me to give you good service. And then number 3, we want to talk about contingencies. There's a way to sell your house called a contingent sale. And that basically says that, hey, we need to sell this house and buy a new house. So anybody who's buying your house, when we put your house on market, a buyer's going to show up and say, we want to buy this house. And we let them know it's contingent, which means that unless you find a house you're going to buy yourself, you're not going to sell the house to them. And so a lot of buyers, especially in this market, they're fine with it. They don't mind waiting. But it's very important just to protect you because you don't want to be looking for a home and the buyer says, hey, time's up. You need to get out of the house. You don't want to get kicked out of your home. So this contingency is going to protect you. It's going to say, hey, you know what? For this many days, for 6 months, for 5 months, for 2 months, for 45 days, we're going to be looking for a home. And we're not going to finish selling this home unless we find a new home. And the buyer, if they agree to it, whatever we put in the contract, then they just have to sit there and twiddle their thumbs until we find you the new place you're going to move into. So that's a way that it protects you. But what's most important is, let's say you found that beautiful home. You were driving down the street and you saw a place on the market. There was an open house. You walked in, you loved it, but your house isn't on the market yet. And you call me and you say, hey, you know what? I found the house we want to buy. It's perfect size. We could stay there for the rest of our lives. You might find yourself in a situation where we won't be able to do anything with that. Because a seller, someone who's selling their home, just like if I was helping you sell your home, we wouldn't really look at other people who are selling their homes that don't have their home in escrow. Because that means they're still in the marketing phase. They still might have 2, 3, 4 weeks to 4 months of marketing before they're going to find a buyer. And you don't want to be tied down with that. So if you went to that house to say, hey, I love this house, I want to buy this house, they're going to say, oh, put in your offer. And if in that offer we don't say, we already have our house in escrow, our house is going to close in 30 days, or our house is going to close in 45 days, they're not going to take the offer serious. So most important thing, if you're thinking about buying a home, before you start searching for your dream home, let's put your house on the market. Let's even start pre-marketing, seeing if we can find you a buyer and get you in a situation where when we do find you that dream home, we could go in and make an offer confidently that's going to win you the house and put you in a place of your dreams. If you want more information, definitely reach out to me. I have a whole pre-marketing package that I do to help you get in the best position to sell your home quickly net you a good amount of money and put you into your next home without any problems. All right? So, like I always say, you can't always be the best at everything, but you can choose to work with the best agent who gives you great information for free. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.